verdad y amor.
Good evening, bon nuit, and welcome to the FORSA show. It's DJ MD. We are broadcasting live from 369 Raymond Boulevard, Blueprint Cafe in Newark, New Jersey. What's up, everybody? How you guys feeling today? It is Tuesday. It's a gorgeous day. I feel like Mother Earth just gave us a little gift today. It was like, we know it's been cold, but we're going to give you a nice, bright, sunshiny day. So I hope you guys are all feeling beautiful, feeling lovely, and feeling fine. It's the Forza Show. We're going to take you all around the world. We have two guests in the house with us tonight, and we'll be talking to them as the show progresses. But in the meantime, we're going to take you on a little bit of a journey all around Africa and the diaspora. And we're going to kick it off in Cabo Verde.
Hey, laddie, pilong kang kang. Hey, laddie, pilong kang kang. Conversa com ela que pranha flanca mestre homem não. Hey, laddie, pilong kang kang. Conversa com ela que pranha flanca mestre homem não. Ami tanga mestre mulher, Ami tanga mestre mulher, Era essa uma família, sora catequese, harmonia do legado. Ami é simples tocador, caçador de poema, piscador de inspiração. Ele era essa uma família, sora catequese, harmonia do legado. Ami é simples tocador, caçador de poema, piscador de inspiração. Ami tanca neste mulher, Ami tanca neste mulher, Ami tanca neste mulher, Ami tanca neste mulher, Un día, al ser luz de Bucandia, hago buruera, ya vivo dispensa. Otto, señor de Buanet, Michon de Bugarnet, o tranca bujanela. Un día, al ser luz de Bucandia, soy pingüino, hago buruera, tranca bujanela. Neon, neon. Ami tanca neste mulher, Ami tanca neste mulher, Hey, laddie, pilong kang kang, 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 Hey, laddie. E mano mundo que vai piscar de madrugada e contar com Satanás. E mano mundo vai piscar de madrugada e contar com Satanás. E minha montura já estava me pedir para mim, o sorriso estava a mim. E minha montura já estava me pedindo a mim, o sorriso estava a mim. Ele é minha filha, ele é meu mundo, ele é o único que Deus dá. Soy minha vera, soy minha porta, a venda na pico do inferno. Soy minha vera, soy minha porta, a pico do inferno. Ele é minha filha, ele é meu mundo, ele é o único que Deus dá. Somos sempre na ribeira, estamos em sábado na festa. E nós somos sempre na carnaval. Tu não me amas. E nós somos sempre na ribeira, estamos em sábado na festa. E nós somos sempre na carnaval. E nós somos sempre na ribeira, estamos em sábado na festa. Minha montura reza pra me pedir pra mim, o sorriso está pra mim. Minha montura reza pra me pedir na mim, o sorriso está pra mim. Ele é minha filha, ele é meu amor, ele é o único que Deus dá. Soy minha vera, soy minha porta, a pico do inferno. Soy minha vera, soy minha porta, a pico do inferno. Ele é minha filha, ele é meu mundo, ele é o único que Deus dá.
Tu nunca fala que tem coragem. Eu sou tu nunca de meu sucuro. Cadê o cuidado? Cadê o sentido que faz do coração? Tu nunca é nós que vai, é nós que vem, é nós que fica ali mesmo no coração. Nacionalidade já não tem já. No mar nos condom, nos limare no deixa lá. no ni corazón. Nacionalidad ya no tendrá, no mara nos condón, nos limare no dixala, é nos que embarca pra Santo Mé, injuriado mararupe, me cubo que estalame, turundado no também, na nos bonde cararia, oxi treto manhã mariado, remediado cadê me jor, espera andado no também. É nos que embarca pra Santo Mé, injuriado mararupe, me cubo que estalame, turundado no também, na nos bonde cararia, oxi treto manhã mariado, remediado cadê me jor, espera andado no também. Tu nunca creu que é pecado, não catapado, mas sou branco e tenem. Tu nunca creu que é pecado, não catapado, mas sou branco e tenem. Tu nunca, tu nunca, tu nunca, tu nunca, tu nunca. E ti sigo em tempo anflavo. Oh, tu nunca. Oh, tu nunca. Oh, tu nunca. Tu nunca. Tu nunca. Tu nunca. Oh, e ti sigo em tempo anflavo. No único coração, nacionalidade já não tem já. No mar nos condom, nos limaria no dixala. No único coração, nacionalidade já não tem já. No mar nos condom, nos limaria no dixala. E nos que embarca pra Santo Mé, injuriado mararupe, me cubo que salame, turundado no também, na nos pone galeria, oxi treto manhã mariado, remediado cadê me jor, que espera andado no também.
Yes, you're tuned in to the FORSA Show with DJ MD, taking you on a little journey. Made a little stop there in the beautiful 9 islands of Cabo Verde. That last track that we listened to Nunca by Mayra Andrade, one of my favorite artists. And that song's very cautionary tale to let people know not to go work on the plantations in the islands of São Tomé and Príncipe. A lot of Cape Verdeans up until this point actually take contract work and go over and work cutting cane, cutting sugar in the islands of São Tomé and Príncipe, which is another small island country on the southwest coast of Africa, and they often never return. They often are without papers and don't have means to return and work for very minimal wages. So that track is actually an older track that was redone by Maida, but a cautionary tale to Cape Verdeans not to sign those contracts because you just might not make it back. Yes, before that, we listened to Chaka, and that track was called Santanas. And of course, we kicked off our segment with Prince Zito, and that track was called Pilong Kong. He's one of my favorite artists, absolutely dynamic with his guitar. So we're taking a trip, let's stick with the islands, right? Let's take it back over the Atlantic and make a stop in Cuba with the queen of salsa, Celia Cruz.
caminen, para aquellos que hacen la guerra, para aquellos que viven pecando, para aquellos que nos maltratan, para aquellos que nos contagian.
Omega, el dueño del flow. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que vuelvas conmigo? Vamos a dejar el pasado atrás. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si te vas. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que vuelvas conmigo? Vamos a dejar el pasado atrás. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si te vas. Omega, el dueño del flow. El fuerte. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si en el camino tú no estás conmigo. Si no te tengo a mi lado, yo vivo desesperado, yo obsesionado contigo. Un sueño feo yo me hice ayer, en el que tú no estabas, linda mujer. Ahora estoy solo, estoy tan solo, dando vueltas a mi cómodo. Sé que muchos te quieren drogar, pero a los míos no le pueden llegar. Sigo lejos, yo voy lejos, le campleo, sin complejo. Te sigo buscando, ¿en dónde será que tú estás? ¿En dónde será que tú estás? DJ Ricky, lo hicimos de nuevo. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que vuelvas conmigo? Vamos a dejar el pasado atrás. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si te vas. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que vuelvas conmigo? Vamos a dejar el pasado atrás. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si te vas. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que vuelvas conmigo? Vamos a dejar el pasado atrás. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si te vas. Para mí la vida no tiene sentido si en el camino tú no estás conmigo. Si no te tengo a mi lado, yo vivo desesperado, yo obsesionado contigo. Pero estoy solo, estoy tan solo, dando vueltas a mi cómodo. Sé que muchos te quieren drogar, pero a los míos no le pueden llegar. Sigo lejos, yo voy lejos, le campleo, sin complejo. Te sigo buscando, ¿en dónde será que tú estás?
It's a Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean
Caribbean love.
Caribbean love, girl. Hey, Caribbean.
It's a Caribbean love. Caribbean love.
Tell me your number. Give me your number. Thanks for the conga, maybe taking bomba. If the number to run, give me the number. Give me the number. Give me a lesson. Sing this song. This is a wine for bomba. Caribbean princess, you are the best of the best. It's a woman paper contest. My shall I see you? From Haiti, you top. From Guadeloupe, you top. From Caribbean, you top.
It's a Caribbean love.
Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean
love.
Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean.
It's a Caribbean love. Caribbean love. Telling me something new, telling me now, something that turning me on. Dis-moi des trucs de chez toi, déjà gon plaisir qui t'a fait tête à moi virer tout on. Telling me something new, telling me now, something that turning me on. Dis-moi des trucs de chez toi, déjà gon plaisir qui t'a fait tête à moi virer tout on.
Hello, how are you? Comment vas-tu, belle mamacita? Ma payé, ma petit job, voici où ta machita. Y'en a dragué, chargé, ak manière. Si ça se trouve, quand moi, je connais où prenne un el bénet. Nego kay coloquet, nèg Jérémy, faut ne faire poésie. Nego cap prend soin, vagabond, porte au prise, bon plaisir. C'est qu'on propose, nèg de aucun panacon. Papa, what that nèg a get the coupe de banane.
It's a Caribbean love.
Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean love, girl.
Caribbean
It's a
Caribbean love. Caribbean love. Qui est fait balade, Marco Klein balade, garçon qui tchèque, garçon cruel, garçon pas comme causer balade, délicat balade, tiblada balade, ça pas qu'à faire venir qui m'a recoupable, de trois mouvements finis balade, les mains parler, plein de parler, gestion, action, passion, garçon pour bien pédaler, 1, 2, puis de la passion, compétence m'a cherché, centime va bien passer, fun, joy, plaisir, joie, c'est Caribbean love.
Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean.
Caribbean love. It's a Caribbean love.
Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean.
Caribbean love.
Caribbean love, girl. Caribbean.
It's a Caribbean love. Caribbean love. Telling me something new, telling me now, something that turning me on.
Tell me what they're fighting for, what they're killing for. We don't need no more now. So tell them wicked people, fire go burn them, fire go burn them. Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them, fire go burn them. Oh, silly boy when mother gone, another one just gone. By your beat your chest and smile, say you's a madman. Another young boy fall. Your soul can rest at night. Oh, you's a bad man. Bad man is a man who will defend woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. A real bad man just make his own decisions. You don't need anyone. He only needs God. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. So sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend no people. Come make me an evil world. So sit down, rock back. Big man look for a walk. You too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, silly boy, you and mother God. Tell me what they're fighting for. What they're killing for. We don't need no water. There's no need. So tell me what they're fighting for. What they're killing for. We don't need no water. I said we don't want no more now. A real bad man don't go around raping woman, influencing young ones to kill a boy, nah. He ain't no bad man, boy, nah. He ain't no bad man. A real bad man works so whatever he wants, and he don't need no gun, he full of joy, now. That is a bad man soldier. He ain't no bad man, so don't rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. So sit down, rock back. Big man look for a walk. You're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Say little boy, you ain't mad at all. No, tell me what they're fighting for. What they're killing for. We don't need no war now. So tell me what they're fighting for. What they're killing for. We don't need no war now. What they're fighting for. What they're killing for. No. What they're fighting for. What they're killing for. No.
Make the girl them wine. Me no want see no girl with the phone in your hand. Put it on, free up time. Move up your waistline. Every girl all over the world. Oh. I'm so excited, it's already weekend. We keep it 100, yeah, we never pretend. Can my friend and your friends them be friends? See that sky level, girl, they're whining different. Girl, I wine so 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 different. See the girl I move so different. Girl, I wine so different. This girl's got nothing on you. I swear, girl, nothing on you. Where you wine, girl, you looking brand new. Me want spend me money on you. Girl, bump me like a mela. Bump big like a caterpillar. One more shot of tequila. You one and then I'm a villa. Give it to me, baby. Wine for me, baby. Jump on me, baby. Do your thing, baby. Forever. Girl, I wine so different. 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 See the girl I move so different. Girl, I wine so different. You must be the one, the man them are asking, say when are you coming back? Me love the way you do the things that you do, girl. Please don't be done with that. Please don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Girl, put it for me like that. If ever be the man in your life, girl, there is no going back. Give it to me, baby. Wine for me, baby. Jump on me, baby. Do your thing, baby. Forever. Girl, I wine so different. 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 See the girl I move so different. Girl, I wine so different. Yo, butter and kill. Look how the girl them a wine. Nigerian girl them. The Jamaican girl them. How are you? Wine for me, girl. Wine for me. How are you? Wine for me, girl. Wine for me. European girl them. Wine for me. No American girl just wine for me. Yo, we like that girl just wine for me. Hey, hey. I'm so excited. It's already weekend. We keep it 100, yo, we never pretend. Can my friend and your friends them be friends? See that sky level, girl, they're whining different. Girl, I wine so different. Anytime I see one, girl, I wine so different. Girl, I wine so different. Anytime I see one, girl, I wine so different. Girl, I wine so different. What a sexy design. Girl, I wine so different. See the girl I move so different. Girl, do it one more time. Girl, I wine so different. Like it's summertime. Tell the girl them up browning. All of the girl them a run go shop go bleach. Cause them want brown skin. All of the girl them. And them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. They look like a browning, them a bleach. Them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. They look like a browning, girl me honor you, and you no bleach out your skin. You no use no chemical, they look like no browning, girl me honor you, and you no bleach out your skin. You no use no chemical, they look like a browning. 90% of the girl them join the system. Every girl nowadays them want brown skin. So put your pants and tell them about the browning. Every girl say them want the color of the pumpkin. So them run gonna shop a figure buy brown skin and them a bleach. Them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. They look like a browning, them a bleach. And them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach. They look like a browning.
Yes, you're locked into the FORSA show. It's DJ MD. We are taking a little trip all around the world. We've been in the Caribbean. We went back to Africa. We're going all over the place. The track that I'm playing right now that's in the background, Dama Bleach by Nato Ranks. I'm playing that song for a reason, right? So Spice made a big splash today, and I think it was today actually that she posted it, where she posted it herself visibly lighter. And I wanted to talk a little bit about colorisms and what goes on in our community. So it tied into another story that I wanted to tell today. So a friend of mine, actually the daughter of DJ Hard Hit and Harry, went into a store in New York, and it's called Necessary Objects. And a woman that was there, the manager, told her they didn't want to hire her because she was too dark. And the woman that told her this was another Black woman. So she didn't, end up getting hired there. And she went on to tell a couple of people, and people were like, that's unacceptable. So, they made a couple of calls. They spoke to the upper management. They gave her an apology, but she didn't really feel like it was being addressed. So they did a protest, and some press has happened. But it brings up the issue of colorisms in our community, which I think is a really important topic that I would like to talk about a little bit on this show. So I really actually don't believe that Spice bleached her skin, because she has a song out called Black Hypocrisy. So I think it's actually, she's trying to prove a point. And if you see the video and you see the song, which I'll play after this segment, she's talking about how she's criticized for being too dark. So she is going to show herself looking lighter. And of course, everybody is criticizing her for that. Right. So, there's people who have definitely bleached themselves. Vibes Cartel and what's his name? Sammy Sosa, which is crazy to me when I look at him. But, this is an issue in our community, light skin, dark skin, all of that. I've had people tell me before, like, oh, you can't really speak on that because you're light skinned. Well, yeah, actually, I can speak on it, because the same way that people get affected who are darker skinned, people who are lighter skinned get affected as well. So colorisms, in my opinion, affect us all. They really do. So I'd like to hear what you guys have to think about that. I'm probably going to ask my guests when they step up to the mic, but I'd like to get some feedback from you guys. So hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. It'll be interesting to see what happens, in the next couple of days with Spice, because I really don't think that that's for real. It's just my opinion, but we'll see. Time will tell, right? But I think that this is just something that we really need to get past, because at the end of the day, Black is Black, and we come in all shades and colors, and that even happens on the continent. So people talk about that here in the United States, or in states and countries where slavery took place. But even on the continent of Africa, you see varying shades between North Africans, South Africans, and all areas in between. So, Africa is not so one-dimensional as people like to think it is. And African people also are not one-dimensional or one particular shade, right? And it's all beautiful, no matter what shade you are. So let's get into that brand new track by Spice. It's called Black Hypocrisy.
I had a dream that one day Black women will start supporting each other rather than bashing each other. Ladies, never forget that you are beautiful, lovely, attractive, courageous, and kind. I am dripping melanin with honey. I'm Black without apology.
It's not what you expect me to say, but I'ma go ahead and say it anyway. 'Cause I was told I would reach further if the color of my skin was lighter. And I was made to feel inferior, 'cause society said brown girls prettier. Me love the way me look, me love me pretty black skin. Respect you to me strong melanin. Proud of me color, love the skin that I'm in. Born racism, demolish colorism. But the things when me I go say, you might not even love me back. I get hate from my own race, yes, that's a fact. 'Cause the same black people, them say I'm too black. And if you bleach out your skin, them same one come a chat. Well, since you say that I'm too black for you, I please you, do I look how you want me to? Now I'm gonna see if you're gonna say I'm too brown for you. Or do I look pretty to you? Black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low self-esteem. Who no go on like say you have to brown for pretty. Fuck the whole of them dirty iniquity. This a black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low self-esteem. I'm black and beautiful, I know I'm pretty. Fuck the whole of them dirty iniquity. Them say me black till me shine, till me look dirty. And it's the only line in life that will ever hurt me, because it never come from a Caucasian, trust me. This a black colorism, big hypocrisy. So if I wake up tomorrow look like a browning, oh, automatically mood carry the swing. No phone and angle like the song you me sing, because I know phone no guilty for the same damn thing. What's your perception of a pretty woman? Is it straight nose with her hair well long? Black girls lose self-confidence, 'cause they attach the word ugly to her complexion. Well, since you say that I'm too black for you, I please you, do I look how you want me to? Now I'm gonna see if you're gonna say I'm too brown for you. Or do I look pretty to you? Black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low self-esteem. Who no go on like say you have to brown for pretty. Fuck the whole of them dirty iniquity. This a black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low self-esteem. I'm black and beautiful, I know I'm pretty. Fuck the whole of them dirty iniquity. But I'ma go ahead and say it anyway.
Just took my DNA test, done da da, 100% Nigerian. Baba, when you gonna learn her? Can't frame a earner. Came with the noose, I freed myself like Nat Turner. Sucker free, purge myself from the parasites. Marcus Garvey likes on my Instagram, Garveyites. Rebel tone, born in the middle of the cyclone. Revelation talker, that's the beast with the 10 horns. And I just took my DNA test, done da da, 100% Nigerian. Baba, when you gonna learn her? Can't frame a earner. Came with the noose, I freed myself like Nat Turner. Still we rumble in the jungle when we fighting dark forces. We Olympians like Ali when we lighting up the torches. See the projects turn haunted when I heard the fiends scream. Too much candy man, he OD. You would get tempted to if the devil came up to you, till you pick up who here's a crib out in Malibu. Pilots ready to take off, the rocket ready to launch up, the farmers ready to pick up, gorillas ready to stick up. And I just took my DNA test, done da da, 100% Nigerian. Baba, when you gonna learn her? Can't frame a earner. Came with the noose, I freed myself like Nat Turner. Once upon a time in America, this Jersey boy lived on Utica. All my souls was down in Florida. General like Tucson Overture. When Nancy Reagan told her hood say no to drugs, a Harvey Ronald Reagan was the plug. Patience is the virtue, but not for consignment. You would think it's Vietnam the way to die. Only thing that remains is his remain. You the only nigga clean in this bar game. He got shot, he ain't call the cops. Mystery like Alfred Hitchcock. We're back on the block, rah. Little John started screaming, taking shots. And I just took my DNA test, done da da, 100% Nigerian. Baba, when you gonna learn her? Can't frame a earner. Came with the noose, I freed myself like Nat Turner. Just took my DNA test, done da da, 100% Nigerian. Baba, when you gonna learn her? Can't frame a earner. Came with the noose, I freed myself like Nat Turner. have food, homeroom. I'm back in school.
Good morning, class. Good morning, class. Class, it's morning time. Good, because in many hoods, where clavicles caress many hoods, metal detectors greet us before our teachers do. Class, it's morning time because blood vessels burst more than gushers do, and sweet be the taste of survival when peace just tastes like denial. What I mean is every class must begin after 12 so there won't be any more morning. Good. God wears a hood in this testament. Heaven be the hood in this testament. The first lesson is class. You don't need a cap and gown to walk across the stage. All you need is a mind, a body, a pen, and a pay.
Hey yo, that's all good, but how much you got on the weed?
12 o'clock and the party's getting louder. Johnny's got a burner and an attitude. Came to dance and bubble, but he's ready if anybody wants to try and get rude. 1 a.m. and the scuffle begins. He sees his friends with some pagan youth. He steps outside, time to decide if the shotty's about to get you. Run, run, for your freedom. Better run, run. You don't wanna see the kingdom. Run, run. If you wanna see the sun, we don't wanna lose another one. Run, run, for your freedom. Better run, run. You don't wanna see the kingdom. Run, run. If you wanna see the sun, we don't wanna lose another one. Run, 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 run. Better run, run. Run, run. Better run, run. 5 o'clock and Johnny and his crew been camping out all afternoon. Outside in the ride, waiting for the residents so they can swoon. They've been plotting, get the bag, go through the bag, take everything and move. But what you gonna do, what you gonna pull if they come back home too soon? Run, run, for your freedom, better run, run. You don't wanna see the kingdom, run, run. If you wanna see the sun, we don't wanna lose another one. Run, run, for your freedom, better run, run. You don't wanna see the kingdom, run, run. If you wanna see the sun, we don't wanna lose another one. Run, run, better run, run. Run, run. What you gonna do, what you gonna say, where you gonna hide when you see those flashing lights? Where you gonna run, where you gonna turn when they catch you slipping by surprise? What you gonna do, what you gonna say, where you gonna hide when you see those flashing lights? Where you gonna run, where you gonna turn when your life flashes before your eyes? Run, run, for your freedom, better run, run. You don't wanna see the kingdom, run, run. If you wanna see the sun, we don't wanna lose another one. Run, run, for your freedom, better run, run. You don't wanna see the kingdom, run, run. If you wanna see the sun, we don't wanna lose another one.
Yes, y'all. DJ MD, it's the FORSA show. Track we're listening to is called Run by Ray Black out of London, UK in the house. Yes, we are live from Blueprint Cafe, and there's a lot of beautiful people in here, I must say. What's up to all of y'all? Y'all looking really nice. And it smells so good in here. I had a vegan pineapple donut and some homemade hot cocoa before I started my set. I was feeling so lovely because I really had a craving for something chocolate. So Ryan whipped it up for me. I'm very satisfied. Who would think that vegan donuts are good, right? Who would think that? So sometimes being healthy, you don't have to sacrifice your taste, especially when you have somebody like Aisha making the donuts. Come on up here, Aisha. We want to talk to you for a little bit. Come on down. We have the chef extraordinaire. She's going to just join us for a quick second. Thank you so much. So I love this place. From the first time I came in, take a seat, get comfortable. So from the first time I stepped in here, of course, if you've ever been to this place, the ambiance is beautiful. It's so beautifully decorated. It's artistic. The vibes are really good. But what had me coming back was not the decor. It was definitely the food. And you are the mastermind behind the food here. So, Miss Aisha, tell us a little bit about how you came up with the concept, the foodscape, so to speak, for Blueprint Cafe.
Well, I kind of
Step to the mic, girl.
Can't believe you make me do this. I took all of the idea, like when I would go to different restaurants, I would take things that I didn't like and twist it. So mainly like the bread pudding, I took what I didn't like about my grandmother's and kind of brought it to 2018 and kind of switched up the recipe a bit. So I hated that it was mushy, so I made it a little less mushy and more of a custard. So I did that with everything, from the pancakes to the cheesesteak.
The
like
pancakes. Why did you
everything.
even say the pancakes? You just made me hungry for them. They're so banging.
So that's kind of like even down to the Impossible Burger.
Mhm.
Just like I would have it at different places, and they were always missing those. They would just have the patty, some tomatoes, some onions. They didn't really add anything to it. So I just took it to the next level. So I try to do that with everything.
And so there's a lot of options here that are, if you want to have the greasy fries, you can have your fries, but there's also a lot of, what stands out to me is that there's a lot of healthy options on the menu. Was that a conscious choice to have a healthier sort of perspective on a lot of these dishes?
It was. For me, it was missing in the area. Like I would go places in search of a healthier food choice. When I want my greasy food, I knew where to go. But when I wanted healthy food, I had to go all the way to like Montclair, or travel a little further just to get something that was healthy and actually tastes good. So when I chose the vegan options, I had to make sure that it tasted good. And someone that's not a vegan would want to come here for that. So we do have people that are meat eaters that will choose a vegan option because it actually tastes good, I guess.
That's a huge feather in your cap because a lot of times it's true. Vegan food doesn't taste good. I know a friend of mine was big on an ITAL diet, and I was just like, oh my God, why doesn't any of this food taste good? Like, it just didn't taste tasty to me. But the way you do it, you do vegan right. I mean, I'm not a full on vegan, but I eat, for the most part, I eat pretty clean. But the Impossible Burger is incredible, and there's also several other options. And then I have to say that I guess I'm a little spoiled, but I love the banana pancakes, the Nana pancakes. They're so banging. They have these caramelized walnuts on them, and it's like the fresh maple syrup. They're so good. But I came in here and I was like, well, I'm on this cleanse and I'm eating vegan, and you actually made me vegan pancakes, but Nana style.
Right.
And they were still
pancake.
so delicious. So delicious. So what's the extra secret that you're putting in this food that we don't know about, Aisha? We want to know.
I think it's because I just love to see people smile. So I kind of, that's like my focus. It's not so much like I don't want the praise. I just want to see people smile and come back. So I treat this as like my home. So it's like a big hug when people return. So it's definitely not the fame. It's not knowing my name. Like nobody needs to know who I am. Like I stay in the back all the time. I come up when I can, but that's not what it's about. So I've been working really hard to get to this point. So it's just seeing the smile. So I try to put that love into the food, and even with the staff, I'm like, be happy. Let's create. I always ask their opinions. I let everyone taste things. They give their opinion. I'll tweak it. So it's a family. So everybody's input I accept.
Beautiful.
All the staff.
I love it. Well, now everybody knows your name. So everybody come on down, and please, when you see the chef, tip your hat to her, send her a virtual hug or blow her a kiss, because you're making all of us very, very happy, I must say. For however many, I've been coming here for several months now. And there are times where I wake up dreaming about something from this place. I'll be like, dang, I need that. For a while I was on the buffalo chicken salad.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. But I've gone through like cycles. So the bowls are really good. All of the pastries, that skillet, that's crazy. I never would have thought to come up with something like that. But the blueberry, what is it? Blueberry?
The berry skillet.
Berry skillet is amazing.
That was actually not intentional.
Oh, see?
It's like it was one of those things we had berries. I'm like, well, I don't want to toss them. This was when we were testing recipes, so that's how it Like, well, we have flour, we have sugar, we have berries. Let's see what happens. So that's where that came from.
Beautiful. Well, sometimes the best things come out of mistakes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm not going to keep you because I know you're a busy woman, keeping us all smiling and putting all that love in all the food. Thank you so much for
No problem.
allowing us to be in this space. It has been such a joy to be here over the past, I think it's been 2.5 months, right? About
Since June.
Yeah, it's been about since we've been doing the show here. So thank you so much for offering us the space and welcoming us into the space, and all of our audience as well that comes in. I have never heard anybody say anything but positive, good things. And I'm going back. I'm going back. So you guys are definitely doing something right. And I have the utmost faith that you'll continue to do so.
We're going to
in
work
the
very hard
future.
at it.
I know you do. I know. That's why we never see you. Well, thank you for coming out and joining us. It was a pleasure to
Thank you.
have you on for 5 minutes. Now we got to let poor Aisha get back to her work. Thank you. Yes, everybody, if you have not been to Blueprint Cafe, you heard it from the chef herself. This food is made with love. There's a family atmosphere here. People want you to smile when you come in. Everybody here is smiling, I must say. Everybody's looking very, very happy. So come on down 369 Raymond Boulevard. We're going to be having a party this Friday night, right? We got Urban Philosophers. He's still in the house? Our resident DJ who's here every Friday, Urban Philosopher, and myself, MD. We're going to be DJing this Friday for the Masquerade Soiree, the very first masquerade party here at Blueprint Cafe. So get your mask. Come on down. We'll be here from about 6 to whenever we get tired, at least till midnight. So come on down. There's, I think, a prize for the best mask. There's food, there's drinks, and all that. So we hope to see you guys down here. All right, we're going to get into one more track, and then we're going to have another guest join us. This track right here, brand new from one of my favorite artists. I love her. She's such a dope MC, Sa Rock. This is called Goddess Girl.
They keep telling me chill, queen. Let them wait for the reveal, sing. Now I'm about to put me in multiple spots. It's lyrical pox in your grill, meaning I'm ill. I will not deal. I go from South Side to DC. That means I only know how to go until I'm on a marquee getting properly built. Cause stock being a part of my stock on my bill. No man, I'ma keep this campaign up till rock for prayers and grains. The popular dress slogan, that's word, goddamn. See, I want you to levitate. My shit don't just medicate. One no coke, got a broken leg abstaining for rap, they grammatically celebrate. I would try to cut these lightweight MCs to a suitable size. I'm approximately 1/4 human, the rest is unidentified. I'ma take up every white space with some black characters, reversing to fight. Embodying the yada to get out from me, I keep the hearses outside. Beware, real rap run through my veins, I'm either a female form. Y'all might get ghetto or got it shitonically leaked to the retail torn. See, y'all won't win, trying to box me in, I'm out of it like G-Form. And even my mumbles like rumbles and conquering jungles, yo, this is your war. This is for real, my crew is a very big deal. Everything we crave is 24K like the gold inside my grill. I can reveal my sources, might be a real rap sources. Look at your future, not what you used to. How we come over your whole damn meal. Got it, gang, gang, gang. 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 You ready? Mama said I could be anything. That was the dope part. But I grew up planning my dreams is downstream from the dope spot. And I'm a descendant of the kings and low-key fiends of the coke. From streets where the police beat with the holy skin is the color of mocha. Hear me out. I've been through too much and I'm too grown to play around with y'all. Now I'm a wild lad if we can't I kick my rhyme delivery so animal. Every vet I see sick of much too peace for the next breed of these amateurs. Fuck freshman classes, my texts are classic. She music legend like Amadeus. Whoa, they scared of this black girl magic. My heritage packed well baggage. I learned this fly shit from my DNA to a TSA rock snapping. Beauty irrelevant, this is not pageants. I'm a rap dragon. Every time I open my trap, it's fine. Y'all look in and up tragic. Trust me. I do this for MLKF, for homies with criminal past. This middle of passage, rhythm McMash, a bridge of adrenaline, intergalactic aiming. Bars laden with alien cadence, praying on enemy flags, just mayhem. My shit have been down since day one, ready to take on the planet. Sacred. This is for real. My crew is a very big deal. Everything we crave is 24K like the gold inside my grill. I can reveal my sources, might be a real rap sources. Look at your future, not what you used to. How we come over your whole damn meal. Got it, gang, gang, gang. Got it, gang, gang, gang. Goddess, gang, 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 goddess, gang, gang, gang.
Yes, brand new music, Goddess Gang, Rock. I forgot to mention that before we spoke with Aisha, the track we played was a brand new track by Wyclef Jean, a local artist who's not so local anymore. Major star Grammy Award winning, not only artist, but producer. That track is called Baba. Apparently, Wyclef did his DNA test and found out he was 100% Nigerian, because that's what he's talking about on the track, right? So I think that's fascinating and so interesting. I did my DNA test probably about 4 years ago and was like shocked when I saw it, because nothing that my family says is actually what we are. There was only like one thing that made sense. Yeah, I was like, okay, I know that we have Irish. Yes, that was there. But other than that, I was pretty much like 30, 30, and 30%, and then a bunch of other stuff. Sub-Saharan African, a ton of Middle Eastern. I was like, oh, that's where I get these eyebrows from. That's why whenever I hear the call to prayer, I'm like, yes, it's made sense. And then another 30% European, and then some East Asian, believe it or not. The only thing that I didn't have represented in my DNA was Native American. So I was like literally going around the house singing that I am the world, because that's how I feel. Yeah, that's how I felt after I did that. So I encourage everybody to get your DNA test done. I think it's interesting. Even if you think you know where you're from, sometimes the way that people pass on history, things get lost and people migrate. Everybody has this idea that people are in one place. No, they're really not. Because even though I'm Cape Verdean, I had not any West African at all. It was all East African. It was like Sudan, Somalia, and then I had a lot of South, like Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, places that you wouldn't necessarily expect. The only one that really made sense to me was Mozambique, because that was a former Portuguese colony. But other than that, I was like, wow, how am I, Cape Verdean and have no West African heritage? I found that fascinating. So that was the Wyclef story. He actually performed last Tuesday night and was part of an artist talk that Prudential did in collaboration with NJ Pack. And if you guys have not seen the Grammy Museum yet, you definitely need to check it out. He has a really dope interactive exhibit there, and they just recently unveiled the Whitney Houston exhibit. So we got to go and check out and pay homage to our girl. So I'm going to bring up our next guest to the microphone. We got two guests today. It's a special kind of day. So, Regine, make your way over here, girl. We have coming to the FORSA stage the artist extraordinaire. She's a multi-talented artist, an educator, and so many more things. She represents IT. We got ITs in the building strong today.
Right.
Yeah, we're representing. Yeah. Sock passe.
Nabule.
Yes, exactly. I love Haiti, as you and I have discussed. But please, everybody, put your hands together and welcome Regine Jean-Louis. Did I say that right, Regine?
Oui.
Okay. Merci. So I am so happy to have you here. You are a ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
You always bring such great vibes. Look at that smile. For those of you that can see, she just radiates happiness, and it's contagious, because every time I'm around you, I feel really good.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
Thank you for being you. I've heard you mention more than once that you're empathic. And I am too. I'm really sensitive to energy. So I appreciate people like you, because when I'm around you, I feel good. I don't always want to feel
the heavyweight of everyone.
The heavyweight of everyone. So let's talk. So you are a multi-talented artist. You're a poet. I know you also do visual arts. Yeah. What other secrets do you have in terms of your artistry?
I do a little bit of dancing, a little bit of singing, and I dabble in trying to make a little bit of jewelry. I'm trying to make a handbag, la 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 la. I think the artist is really in my blood and in my bones. I like creativity and I like aesthetics, so I'm always like on some path to creating something.
It's beautiful. Now, were you born in Haiti or were you born here in the United States?
I was born in Haiti. My parents left Haiti when I was 10 because there were a lot of coups d'etats, and I've seen human bodies on fire, running from riots and things, and those things were traumatic to me. And my dad at the time was an artist, and art was how he made his living, and he hustled the best way that he can, and kind of moved us out of the country because the political riots were affecting me too much emotionally as a child. It would, I would get these migraines and stay up late at night and not be able to sleep because you could literally fall asleep to gunshots from from this end of the block to that end of the block, and they play ricochet, and it was a bit much for a 10-year-old at the time, so we migrated.
That's a bit much for anybody. Never mind somebody who's 10. I mean, and that's also how you create an empath.
Yeah.
Right? When you have trauma and you have a heightened sense of sensitivity for safety to protect yourself, warning signals, that usually does develop into some type of spiritual gift.
Oh, dear, the spiritual gifts. Oh,
right.
That's the thing. So the spiritual gift or curse is the existence of Regine. I don't know if you know this about me. I've been, oh God, we're on the radio. So hi. I used to be a minister, a youth pastor. I've been ordained. I went to seminary. I went to blah, 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 blah. So I went through these different spiritual paths before I came to what I feel now is art church. You know what I mean? It's more open, it's more liberal, and it's more accepting. And I think there's an umbrella for everyone under the arts.
Art church. Now there's a concept, because I grew up in the church. My mother was a music minister, and I spent countless hours in church growing up, and similar to you, I was very interested in spirituality from a young age. So, once I got my own little freedom, I started researching and interested in all different types of things, but I was really sort of turned off by some of the things that the church, I put that in quotes, like judgment and hypocrisy and things of that nature, which is not the whole church,
right?
It was part of my experience. But one thing that always gets me to go back to church is that choir. The choir is, I'm dead serious. I'm sorry, God. It has nothing to do with you, God. I love you, but some of your peoples, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying. But the choir, no, for real, is what gets me going back to church every time, because to me, it's so powerful. There's a church on MLK right next to Wiggum's Funeral. It's St. James. And then I like to go to New Hope, because they both have phenomenal choirs. So I like this concept of art church.
I think the church's choir is the sound.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can't deny the way a sound feels and the way it vibrates and resonates with your spirit. Music has this language to it that penetrates the soul, and I think that's what happens with the songs in the church. I like going to the Haitian churches too. They sing.
Are the Haitian churches in Creole or are they in English?
Some of them are in Creole, some of them are English, and some of them do the translation now. They do Creole and then they'll translate back into English, so you get the best of both worlds, which is kind of cool.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But they sing the hymns and they put a spin on it, so it's kind of nice.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I would love to go to a Haitian church and like have the hymn break out into compa or something. I would be so happy. I'd be like, okay, is it wrong for me to start dancing? I don't know. I'm always of the mind that, if you read the Bible, David, right, in the Psalms, he danced.
Definitely.
He sang. That was, so to me, I always feel that as long as you're doing it in worship, then, God created us, right? He gave us bodies to use them. Hello.
Right.
So 10 years old, you end up here straight into New Jersey?
I came straight into New Jersey. I went to Mount Vernon Middle School right up the hill in Newark. It was interesting because 2 years ago, I wind up teaching art to like a summer art program over there, which was kind of super exciting to like go back to the school where I first came as an immigrant and to teach art. So that was really exciting. From there, being an immigrant, you kind of move around a lot because life is unstable, because you're just trying to make it in a new place with new people. So we went from Newark to South Orange, moved to Maplewood, moved to Elizabeth. And when I got to Linden, New Jersey, I said, we're staying here for 4 years, Dad and Mom, because I wanted to make sure that was the high school that I graduated from. And from there, I moved to Nyack, to Brooklyn, to Nicaragua, to Belize, and we're back to East Orange.
Oh, my goodness. Why you been all over the world, girl? What are you doing in those places? Well, I mean,
I'm kind of a
Brooklyn, I
gypsy.
get,
I'm
but
kind of a gypsy. I think I don't like to be stagnant. I need change of environment, change of air, and sometimes my back to the empath and the spiritual gifts, it gets really dense in one place. Sometimes your work in that community, your work amongst those people shifts or ends, or you need to go replenish. So I've shifted it in that way.
I love that you used to be a youth minister.
Oh God.
I love it. No, I do love it because it's kind of like what you're still a youth minister. I mean, I wouldn't say that your title has changed. Maybe your modality.
My modality, my platform has changed, but I think the heart and the passion that I have for people, for cultivating their potential, for being a catalyst of change. And I don't mean to say this, but I really try to be just this person that really embracing, really sincere, really loving, really genuine. I don't know if I always found that for myself because I'm a little quirky, oddball. I don't know if we've all experienced it, but probably. And I try to make people, or not make, but I've cultivated this person that's really embracing and accepting to everyone. I don't know what's that movie. She's running around town because she used to be uh the princess and she escapes from the palace. I want to say, but she knows everybody in town. She's helping the merchants. She's helping the people, the mango sellers, the doctor. You're like, hi, you and you and you and you. I enjoy being that person. I love being that person. As a young child, I don't know how this stuck to my mind, but somehow my mom instilled in me the idea that you learn from the world. I learn from everybody that I meet, and they really leave a piece of themselves with me. I'm interested, and this is, it's a lot of work, but I'm interested in really knowing and connecting with everyone that I meet. It's becoming a bit much, and I'm learning to manage that. But I really, 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 truly love people.
You're one of the few people that I've heard say that because I love people too. I do. I really do. I love people. And I have been criticized before for being, very open or friendly, oddball, all that, right? I can remember being like, I don't know, like 6th grade, 5th grade, and like making Valentines for everybody because I love Valentine's Day because it's the only time that you can tell people that you love them and they don't get weird, right? So you can tell your friends like, I love you, at least when you're a teenager, when everybody's like weird anyways, right?
Yeah.
So I love that you expect, because we need more people like this. I think it's important that people are no longer, that people should not be afraid of one another. We're so afraid of each other. And I thought what you said about differences is really important and beautiful because we are all different. It doesn't matter. You can be from the same you could be twins. You could be born from the same mother, same father, and you're going to be your own unique individual. Right. And I think that's what makes this world so incredible.
It does. And I'm versatile, diverse, because I've traveled and the different things. I think it takes a certain kind of vulnerability to love people and to connect. You have to be willing to bleed because you're gonna bleed. You know what I mean? You open your heart, you're gonna get cut, a few darts here and there, but you have to be willing to do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again, and not to necessarily get used to pain or hurt or disappointment, because those things come with loving humanity, but coming to a place of acceptance that it is better to have loved than lost than to never have loved that at all, so those type of ideas.
I'm a firm believer in that, and I think that your heart only grows wiser by loving more.
Yeah.
Sometimes we make decisions or choices that cause us pain and hurt, and we beat ourselves up about it and blah blah blah. But like, if you don't know what pain feels like, how are you going to recognize love?
Yeah.
How do you know how to do better if you haven't gone through some stuff? And to be completely honest, I have never met a human being who hasn't gone through something. Like, I don't care how much money they have, how physically put together they look. Everybody has gone through something traumatic at some point in their life. My mother has a saying. She says everybody has their bag of rocks to carry. What matters most is how you carry it.
Correct.
So you carry it on your head like an African woman dancing down the streets, right? No hands, for real. Because that's all it is, right? It's just baggage. That it's just
Understood.
like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta shrug it off and move forward. You know, there's always more light than there is darkness. I think the bit of shadow that there is only there's only the little bit of darkness is just to highlight the light, you know what I mean? So I try to live, you know, as such, and I don't want anyone to think that, you know, it's a peachy rosy walk in the park and I'm la 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 peachy king every day, you know. Honestly, I would say 85%, don't be mad, 85% of the days, but there are 15% and they're like really dark, you know. So those days I stay home and I bleed Berg's ear to death.
So does art help you to deal with those moments?
Whew. Art is for me an expression. I've been writing since I was about 10 or 12. I had no desire to become a visual artist. It was nearly forbidden in my house. I bought paint for myself and my sisters, and my mom literally threw it away. Because my dad is an artist. He's been an artist since he was 12. And he still is a visual artist. And he's the madman. He's worse than Van Gogh. I mean, like, really bad. My dad, he didn't cut his ear off, but he's done some other insanities, you know. And, you know, being a visual artist wasn't the thing for us to be. But at some point in my life, when I was brokenhearted by this gentleman, Lord God, I hope he's not listening, but he crushed me, like totally crushed. So I ran up back to to my college campus, and I painted my first painting called Colors of My Sorrow. Oh my God, I was just like, oh my God, my world is over, you know? And I painted this painting on a tile and I liked it. And I painted a few paintings after that, and I kind of stopped painting. And I moved to Newark, New Jersey, and I tell people, you know, my mom was raising me to be Whitley from a different world. You know, I hope you can't tell anymore. I mean, like, she wanted me to be the most proper, prissy. You know, I was heading in that direction. There might still be some hints of it, you know, but I came to Newark, bought a house on South 13, and I got some culture in me. One of my friends said, oh, you got some black in you now. You know, I was so happy. And I ran out of words. The words were too much. I could fill a notebook in one day, and it became like I couldn't anymore. Not that I would be in the likes of, but you know how Erykah Badu is dense with her sound and her music and her presence, but the words were overtaking my mind so much that I was in that space, you know. And I started painting again, and I would paint 2 yards a week, and I mean 2 yards, you know. And I would paint and paint and paint and paint because the words couldn't express what I was going through and the experiences and the emotions. So I just painted my heart away. That season recently ended, I would say maybe 4 months ago, and I'm back to writing, which feels nice. And out of that painting season, I escaped to do dancing because the painting was too much too. I couldn't paint anymore because it was too dense itself. And if I don't know if you've seen my work, but when you look at one of my paintings, you can never tell what it is. And that's deliberate because it's like 50 things splashed on one canvas, and you're like, what am I looking at? I see this there and that here, and is that bad? And I'm like, you see what you see, you know? So I started dancing along the way also, and now I do a little mix of it all, but I think I'm in a state where those transitions have passed. I'm not running from the writing. I'm not running from the painting to the dancing or from the dancing to the singing. I'm in a space where like I can kind of like ebb and flow and gel with all of them and just be in my own skin, whatever skin that is for the day. You know.
That's beautiful. I think creativity is very much like that, though. I think that kind of speaks to you, you know, and you have to get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't have that experience, nobody would ever create anything because there's something that compels you to push it out. So what you're describing, I think, is just, you know, a moment of intense creativity.
Yeah.
You know, you were really feeling it. And I'm sure that you were dealing with life and processing life through your art, which is incredibly beautiful. So what kind of dance?
Interpretive dance.
Yeah, you said that. So I asked Regine, I was like, listen, do you have like any songs that you want me to play? Because, you know, we do a piece live And she was like, yes, I'm going to do an interpretive dance.
On the
Lil
radio.
Wayne.
I'm gonna do it.
Lil Wayne, Mirror on the Wall. And I was like, okay, that's great. I love that, but we're on the radio.
We'll skip it. Maybe for my birthday. Maybe for my birthday.
Yes. No, for our FORSA showcase that we're going to do here at Blueprint Cafe on November 17th. So
that's awesome.
come on down and be a part of that. That would be great. And then, so everybody, you better be here on the 17th to see Regine's interpretive dance because I want to see it. I'm like, yes, girl, let's go. All right, so I see you brought your pen, you got your paper, you got some words for us. We'd love to hear what you have for us.
I think this is appropriate giving our talk. Is that okay?
Fantastic.
All right.
Whatever you want, it's your will.
All right, here goes. Oh dear, canvas, you are always there. Blank or otherwise, I can always look to you, look at you, love you or hate you. What a sight. Pleasing or disgusting, you give me a place to be, a space to breathe. Inhale, exhale, take, give, fuck, live, die there, anywhere on a canvas. We are never apart. I see as you see, I am as you are. Together, we are creation. Or is it that we create for the sake of recreation? And or quite awkward, when our worlds are wrecked, we find refuge in the one space that says, be. I am brave enough, strong enough to hold, to capture your thought and misfit unspoken language. It says, oh dear, my dear canvas. It says, I know, I understand. Now scripture that, now rewind that, now parallel that. Call my canvas universal. Call my canvas music. Call my canvas soul. Call my canvas life. Call my canvas mine. I love it.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, for real. I mean, like, yeah, that was just like everything you talked about. Boom. You summed it up in a poem. Did you plan that?
No, not at all. No.
Wow, incredible. I'm so happy that you were able to join us. And like, I hope that you'll definitely come back. And we want to have you on the 17th for real. That's not just lip service. But before you go, I want to just talk to you a little bit about, I would like you to do one more. How do you read my mind? You're reading my mind, girl. But I also wanted you to just say a little bit about where you teach, or what, you don't have to say where you teach, but what you're teaching.
Okay. Wow. Whew. Education. I teach at a community school and I don't like the word urban anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to call it, but I don't like any of the labels. I teach children at a school where they are now getting the resources they need to be their full potential.
Beautiful.
I teach art, but actually I think I just teach self-expression. I think there's a lot of noise in our society. You know, people are, Millie rocking all day. What's this one? That's the one with the hands, whichever dance. Oh, that is the Millie rock. Okay, they're Millie rocking all day. So I try to teach them to come to a space where they can come down and want to be alone with their art supplies. To give them that 15-minute of like shutting the noise of life out and maybe tuning into their inner self or their, or whatever else is outside of them that sustains life.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We need more teachers like that.
Oh, dear.
Okay? For real, I never had a teacher like that. I mean, I had a couple of great teachers, but I find that nowadays the education system, is really just designed for test taking
and
money.
Income.
Yeah, and it's like, I remember my son always says these profound things to me where I'm like, why are you saying that? Because I have no comeback. But he was like, I hate school because it's not teaching me anything that I need to learn. All they do is teach you something so you can get the answers correct so that you make the teacher look good.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry that's happened.
Right, but
that's
how do you
happening.
respond to that? That's these kids' reality. So I'm glad there's teachers like you. Thank you. I really feel like teachers need more money. and more recognition. Yes, okay. Some people in the house agree with that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so before you go, we need one more of your beautiful expressions.
Okay. I think I'll read this.
Beautiful.
On a blue moon, sipping lapas lazuli. This is not for the weak-hearted. Lapas, you are as they say you are, so once in a blue we meet. Yamaha and Legba laughing. What is this child doing here? She has been running, only to find refuge at our feet. Rise up, dear child. You amuse us. Pray to Jesus. Sanctify us. We implore y'all. One must not be vain. Dance with wolves, blood in our veins, run in the rain. Your innocence a sacrifice, your laughter sobering. We have been waiting. Offer your heart. Name not your gods. Have no title as religion for your practice. Dream realities into manifestation. Search no more. Want no more. You have been found. Found in the wings of truth. Like fire, let it overtake you. Flood your perception with vibrant sensation, exclamations of passion. Beyond these galaxies, exposed in our galleries. For realsies, manifest your destiny. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you on here. I think you might be our second poet. I think the only other poet that we've had on was Queen.
Woo woo!
Yeah, right? That was it. Yeah, I think so. Thank you very much.
Thank
Please let
you.
everybody know where they can follow you. You're not getting away yet.
Oh,
Let everybody know where to follow you.
Everything's my government. My name is my brand.
Smart.
So that's Regine Jean-Louis, Regine Jean Lewis, Regine, Jean. Sometimes a hyphen, sometimes not, Louis. Thank you, and see you later.
Thank you so much, Regine. Thank you. Make sure you guys follow Regine and look out for all of her creations. Can't wait to see what she's going to do next. Thank you for those beautiful, beautiful poems. We have another artist in the house, but we're going to play a little track first. We're going to take it to IT. Why not? Because that's where we're at, right? Let's go.
Porque sabe, o pacotan foli mwen. Porque sabe, o pacotan konsep mwen. En 2017, nou pa ka an kache. Bagay yo se pa jwe, yo gen yo jan yo fe. Porque sabe, o pacotan feeling mwen. Porque sabe, an ide mwen. Paske mwen demarye, nan yon premye danse. Ti mwen pa prese, ti mwen exagere. Mikey Mike, yo marem. Santi m'amoure, oh. Pa men bezwen kon ki asye, oh. Yon sel jou ase pou fam tombe, oh. La pi chéri pati pou gen menke, asweya, map tou bon bagla, tou bon bagla, map tou bon bagla, pa bezwen l'eglise. Marie chérie, pas besoin de bon bagla, tout bon bagla, pas besoin de l'église, pour nous marier chérie. Chérie, on a fait petit, des garçons, des petites filles. On a fait petit, un foyer. Il m'a dit t'es où, je te rejoins en tel. Moi je m'en bats les reins, j'ai besoin d'un vrai job. Il a vu mes copines, je crois qu'il a flashé. Je suis pas toute l'embête, à m'appeler la fessée. Je réponds à tes appels, tu crois que je vais la fesser. Moi je m'en bats les reins, j'ai besoin d'un vrai job. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Et qui est la plus bonne de mes copines? À mes copines, à mes copines. Et tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines? À mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Toi tu planes que la nuit. Tu crois que j'ai ton time à ton avis? M'appelle pas, mi amor. J't'ai barré mais t'en veux encore. Toi tu crois viser dans le mille. Faudra trouver un alibi. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Et qui est la plus bonne de mes copines? À mes copines, à mes copines. Et tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines? À mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Mon gars t'a coulé, rien t'a cramé. Mais tu veux la plus bonne moyenne, la plus bonne. Tu veux la plus fraîche moyenne. Mon gars t'a coulé, rien t'a cramé. Mais tu veux la plus bonne moyenne. Tu veux la plus fraîche moyenne. Tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines. À mes copines, à mes copines. Mais tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines. À mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux la plus bonne, la plus bonne. Tu veux la plus fraîche moyenne. Tu veux la plus bonne, tu veux la plus fraîche, tu veux la plus bonne, tu veux la plus fraîche, tu veux la plus bonne, tu veux la plus fraîche, tu veux la plus bonne, tu veux la plus fraîche.
Yes, it's DJ MD, and you're tuned into the FORSA show on Newark.fm and Creole Radio. I forgot to shout out all my Cape Verdeans all around the world that are tuned in on Creole Radio. So we got a Creole connection thing going on here today, which I really love. And thank you to all of you beautiful people for being here at Blueprint Cafe. It's so nice to see all of you. We have a bunch of people tuned in on Facebook Live. Want to shout out those. Hey, Jeff Billingsley, what's going on? Shout out to my cousin, Tiny. How you doing, girl? Carlos, Miguel, Bill. We got Fela, Jose Teixeira, Luis, Netugina. Who else is here? Paula, George. Hey, guys. Thanks for tuning in and rocking with your girl. So as you guys know, we do Facebook Live, and Facebook always cuts us off. So I'm going to start doing YouTube Live. So that's the new wave. To point out that track, I saw you two groove into the track that I just played by Aya Nakamura, and she's from Mali. And then before that, we listened to a song called Bagla by Jakut, which I absolutely love them. They're from IT. So our next guest, step into the mic. Yes, come on up. Don't be surprised. I'm really excited to have this artist join us. I actually met him right here at Blueprint Cafe, and it was highly recommended to check him out. He is a singer and a songwriter.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I know you
What's
are.
going on, guys? IT in the house.
IT is in the house. Times 2.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome to the show, Garcy.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
So I think it's really funny, of course, because if you just, juxtapose the G and the M, our name is the same name.
Thing, yep.
We're like
Marcy, Garcy.
Marcy and Garcy.
Right. We should have our own show.
We should have our own show. Are you into radio?
Yeah, I'm into that. Let's get it going.
We need to think about that. We really do. So what's up? Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's really great to have you. I thought it was so funny when I was speaking with Regine, because we were going to have her come on a couple weeks back, but it turned out that this was the better date. And I was like, this is perfect. I have 2 Haitian artists on the show. So IT is definitely in the building. I have such a great love and respect. I have been doing parties with Haitians for about 15 years now. So Cape Verdeans, you guys are many. There's like 1 million Haitians in the New York City area, maybe even more now.
Probably more.
Yeah, probably more when you start.
There's a lot of us.
Yeah, because like down in Asbury Park in different spots, I see Haitians everywhere. There's a really good restaurant in Asbury Park, by the way. Banging. I forget the name of it, but it's so good. They have the black rice.
John.
Woo!
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, buddy, I need to come back here. But Cape Verdeans were very small. There's maybe 1,000 of us in the area, maybe 1,500 on a good day. So when I used to do parties playing Cape Verdean music, we would always combine with people from IT because we both listen to Zouk.
Definitely.
So, and we dance to compa too. I mean, we don't make compa, but we love it. Yeah, and Haitians will listen to our funana or our other styles of music. And what was really funny about it is when we go to a Cape Verdean party, it would be a lot of women. It would be a lot of the girls that would come out. And the Haitians, it would be a lot of the guys. So you would think there was tension.
I believe that.
But there wasn't. It actually worked out quite beautifully. Everybody got along. We had a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we did parties for years and years and years. So about you. Were you born in Haiti?
Yes, I was born and raised in Haiti. I moved here in 2008.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you haven't even been here that long. Look at that.
10 years. This summer made it 10
Whereabouts
years.
are you from?
From my mom from Jeremy, my father from Pestel. Hey, we out here.
Look at this. Wow, we got some real kindred souls.
I was born and raised in Port-au-Prince, but every summer I go to the countryside, which I end up falling in love with more than the city side.
Wow.
But,
from what I've seen, I've never been. It looks absolutely beautiful.
It's cool.
Yeah, the beaches look incredible. The
It's
countryside
beautiful.
is beautiful. So that must have been a bit of a culture shock for you to come here. I mean, first the weather. That's just like the obvious thing.
That's I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't blame
like
you.
the snow at all.
Sound like me. Yesterday I posted something on Instagram. I was like, I'm a tropical person. I'm not made for this. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Yes. But what was the most shocking, or what was the hardest thing maybe to adjust to being in the United States coming from
the
from
language?
IT?
I had to like learn how to speak it.
Did you come not speaking any English?
Not at all.
Wow.
But I used to like listen to a lot of American songs. That's kind of like where I was exposed to certain words before I know the meaning of it. So when I come here, it was easier for me to pick up on certain things. But yeah, I was in ESL for about 3 years.
Wow.
8th grade, 9th, 10th, and by the time I was in 11th grade, I was in Honor English.
And that's a really sensitive time to pick up your life and move. You know, I mean, that's when you've got all your friends. You know, you're becoming.
I have one of my friends that I was in Haiti with. So we link up about 3 years after it.
Oh, he came.
Yeah, he
came
came
you must
to America.
Have been so happy.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, yes.
Finally, somebody I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I always find so I'm Cape Verdean. So when the city I grew up in, whenever Cape Verdeans would come from the old country, as they would say, right, people would call them Creole. So I'd be like, Creole Joe, Creole Zay, Creole whatever. And it was like how we defined those that were born in the U.S. and that those weren't. And I used to always have a problem with that because I was like, why? I don't understand why we're making this thing. And they would like make fun of people. They'd be like, oh, the clothes they wear, the accent that they have. Did you experience anything like that?
When I went to high school, it was a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of Haitians, so they didn't really mess with us. But verbally, they did say a lot of crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, we cool with it. So
yeah. You guys are strong people,
have thick
man.
skin.
I feel like Haitians can get through anything. You guys have such an incredible history, incredible culture, and y'all roll deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah, that's very true.
I know. So you've been here now, so you said since 2008, so really just 10 years. Wow, that's not even that long.
No.
Wow.
Feels like I've been here forever though.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's like a vortex here. You get sucked in.
Yeah. Like I barely go home now. It's like it's ridiculous.
Well, that was my next question I was going to ask you is, have you been back, and do you see yourself ever returning back full time?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan.
The plan.
I went back in 2010 after the earthquake because my mom's still out there.
Oh wow.
She was still out there, but I did the whole summer there, pretty much 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I was sleeping in tents and everything before I go back to the countryside But the
Wow.
countryside didn't really get affected. But
Yeah.
in the city, our house collapsed and everything.
Did you
But
feel guilty that you were here while everybody was going through all of that?
kind of, sort of, because my mom was out there and I couldn't
Yeah.
really get in touch with her for like 3 days.
Oh Lord.
So it was pretty tough.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think, call me crazy, but you know, Trinidad right now is having all the mudslides and the flooding, and you know, they obviously have oil production
My
there.
hearts go out to them.
Yeah, I feel that the drilling for oil has a huge impact on
Definitely.
the Earth's plates, and I think that's one of the reasons why that earthquake happened. I think. I
Hey, they
could be
keep
wrong,
digging. They searching for certain things that we
Yeah.
know about.
Well,
You know.
I mean, I don't think there are very many of that. I got to frame this the right way. I don't think there are very many of the quote unquote powerful nations that want to see Haiti win.
No, we know that's
You
for
know,
sure.
I
That's
think,
for sure. That we are being punished for something we did a long time ago.
yeah, and isn't it crazy? Because it's
Yeah.
like, well, what did you expect? I mean, did people really think that a whole group of people were just going to lay down and take it?
Yeah,
You know,
not-
it's amazing to me that there weren't more successful rebellions. That's what I say. I mean, I know that there were a lot of rebellions that happened in different countries,
Mhm.
but obviously what happened in Haiti was very exceptional, and I think it was obviously well coordinated to have been successful. But to me, it's a miracle that that didn't happen in the United States or in any other country. You know, that from where I'm standing, that seems like the more likely, you know, thing to have happened than for people to just kind of not be able to have that type of uprising.
That's very true. Like we have a very beautiful like history,
Yeah.
and I think we're gonna keep getting punished for it until we, as black, do something
Mhm.
about it. Because
Mhm.
they're not going back home and fix it. So we have to change that ourselves. So.
Right. Yeah, a lot of changes. I did a project a couple of years back. I didn't talk about this with Regine. Regine was up here, but I did this project some years back where I was trying to. There's a film. It's an independent film called Black Sugar, and it's about the Bates, and it's about Haitians that cross the border to go work in the Dominican Republic, and their papers get taken, and they're basically enslaved. You know, cutting sugarcane and working for Domino's and whoever else. And then they don't have papers to return, and they're kind of like non-persons at this point. They're stuck in DR without papers to get back home. And then where, you know, do they really want to go back? Like, it's a whole big thing. Yeah, it was crazy to me. So I did this project because I was like, okay, music is the answer, right? So I was like, if we can bring together, I was like, if we can bring together Haitian and Dominican artists together that are high profile, maybe we can actually really start talking about this, because that's going on until today.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, that's crazy that we're in 2018 and there are basically plantations with slaves on them that are working until they're, you know, they're working until they can't work anymore.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
You think something like that would work? What do you think?
I think it would work, but we just have to like start connecting with everybody else back there. Because I haven't really heard a song with a super popular artist from Santo Domingo with Haitian yet. So,
Maybe
so
we
we
need to work
still,
on that.
got some work to get done.
Yeah, we got some work to do. You need to, it needs to be like Wyclef and Romeo Santos. You know what I mean? Like,
why
something
not?
like that.
Why not? Like,
right?
They
It
did
has
it.
to be. It has
He
to
did
be
it
like,
with Shakira before.
yes, exactly.
Why
So
not?
why not? It
We're
needs
so
to be
close
like
to
two
home.
really powerful artists that can force the youth, you know, like to change opinion, you know, because from where I'm standing, what I've seen is that there's a lot of denial on the fact of, from people from Dominican Republic, there's a lot of denial. But young people are becoming more and more awake, especially those that have lived in the United States, where they learn real quick that they are black too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Reality check.
Yeah, reality check for real. So, you know, I feel like in the space of the United States, you can start to build something like that and then kind of, you know, take it down there. So, yeah. So let's put our energy towards that, all right, y'all? Healing. It's about healing. No, seriously, because to me, it's just like that's what music is all about. So let's talk about some of your music influences. What inspires you? What influences you?
I can go back. That's pretty much all I know all my life.
Okay.
So I didn't really have a close relationship with my mom or dad. Besides, like, I need something.
Yeah.
Like, music is always my outlet to everything. I didn't really have someone to express my feelings to. I always like put my headphones in, put my little Walkman, and just music was everything. So I listen to everybody.
Who are some of your, like, give me your top 3 favorite artists?
Right now?
Yeah, or just in general. It could be right now. You can give me both. How about all-time top 3 and right now?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
For right now, I'll say Kendrick Lamar is one of them.
Yep.
Second, Travis Scott.
Okay.
And I still pull Clef in there.
Yeah, he's dope, right?
I still put Clef in
he's
there.
still so dope.
Yeah.
He's really dope.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
I still want to work with him.
Yeah, he just unveiled this mural. I thought it was in the South Ward. That was misinformation I gave out last week. It was in the West Ward. Okay, we do not subscribe to fake news on this program. So when I say something that's incorrect, I like to correct myself.
Yes, ma'am.
So last week we talked about it being in the South Ward. It's actually in the West Ward, which is the ward that I lived in the longest, that I lived in Newark. So I was really happy about that. But he's been wonderful with the community, like really very engaged. He's been very active with the Grammy Museum. And seems to be doing more and more stuff with the community and with artists. So you never know what might happen. Never know. Okay, of all time, because those are your right now.
All right. Looky Doobie. I don't know if you guys really into
Looky
him.
Doobie,
Yeah,
yes,
that's one of my favorite. Gregory. Is that right?
Yep.
And damn, the last one. Who should I give it to? I have to give it to Wayne.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to get to Lil Wayne.
Look at that. Yo, Lil Wayne is dope, man. I don't care what anybody says. He's got lyrics for days. That guy is
Wayne,
extremely intelligent. Yeah.
It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT.
Yes, he is a Libra. Yeah, Libra gang is in the building strong, even though it's Scorpio season. So shout out. Yes, I almost mentioned
all right,
that.
Shout out to
Regine.
all my Taurus out here. We're here.
What, Taurus?
April, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The bull. See, of course, the bull charging through. I know, because we got the Scorpio over here running the whole thing. So we gotta pay. Yeah, we gotta pay a lot. Oh wait. Okay. Calm down, Scorpio.
We done start a whole war in here.
Boy, listen. I'm telling you, boy, it really is. Virgos are the best. Okay, I'm just saying. That's me. He who controls the mic controls the world.
I have a mic as well. I'll let you take that down.
Thank you. All right, so let's get into a track. What would you like me to play?
I said we should start with Summer Rider.
Somehow I knew you were gonna say that.
And it didn't work.
I did. I was like, all right, so let's get into it. Garcy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes with the French, you never know.
You can spice it up a little bit.
You can spice it a little.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of flavor.
You can spice it up a little bit.
Of pepper. All right, let's go.
Little mama, will ride for me. Little mama, will ride for me, yeah. Little mama, will ride for me. Little mama, will ride for me, yeah. Little mama, will ride for me. Little mama, will ride with me, yeah. Little mama, will ride for me. Little mama, will ride with me, yeah. If I say I don't wanna make music no more, is you gon' say? If I say I don't wanna be rich, is you gon' be okay? I don't want a girl to switch on me, they already dead. Just like Uzi done say, all my friends are freaking dead. That's right, I don't wanna mess around and gon' get hurt. But lil' mama bad, so I bring it to the girl. I don't know what's next, I might put them in a hearse. They don't know what's next, they're just waiting for the girl. See what I like. I swear I'm bad, we follow me away. Usted sale from navire que quitte le manger. Je ne vois ce qui me plaît, ça pour so done. Pas quitter ma laine, oh, pas quitter ma laine, oh, pas quitter ma laine, oh, pas quitter ma laine, oh. Little mama, could you ride for me? Little mama, could you ride with me? Yeah. Little mama, could you ride for me? Little mama, could you ride with me? Yeah. Little mama, could you ride for me? Little mama, could you ride with me? Yeah. Little mama, could you ride for me?
Little mama could ride with me, yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, we can clap it up a little. Yes,
Clap
okay.
it up, clap it up.
Let's get involved.
Yeah.
I saw you walk in the building, Jeff Billingsley. You tried to sneak in here, but you just, yeah. Shout out to Cobblestone Multimedia in the building. Garcy, you got some vibes going on.
Yeah.
You got some vibes. So what inspires you to write these songs?
All right. It's this girl I'm dealing with. I wasn't sure exactly what she really wanted because I was on the path of like focusing on my music and still trying to manage a relationship. So throughout the whole time, she was in Haiti around that time. And I wrote this, and that's how it comes about. So came from a good place.
Listen, I'm sure after that she was like, whatever you want to come back, I'll be there,
And
right?
that's kind of like what I did in 2 languages as well.
Beautiful.
Half of it I was like, why not Creole?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? That's me regardless.
Listen, you got Drake with a brand new track out right now in Spanish.
Come on. Yeah.
So if Drake, no, for real, like, I'm like, yo, Drake, he's everywhere.
That's the goal.
He also like knows what the trends are and he gets on it. So why can't you do that if that's actually your natural inclination?
That's the goal. Like the goal is pretty much to be. I feel like Haiti doesn't have that younger guy to pick it up yet. Mm-hmm. We all know about Clef. Who's next? You know? Yeah,
that's a good question. The only person I see, well, I mean, there's all the people that we know, right? Like Crayola and New Look and Karimi and the Caves and all, right? Yeah, okay. But like, the only other person I hear about is Rudy Rude Boy.
Yeah.
That's the only other person I've heard about. And is Felicia
Ross? Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like the only 2 kind of younger, but they're not doing what you're doing.
Not yet.
This is very
no
fresh. This is not compa. This is not zoo.
That's definitely not.
This is fresh. This is funky fresh. Yes, I like it. I like the vibes a lot. So I want to play another track because we don't have too much time and I want to get all the music in. Gotcha. So, and you're also going to do something for us live, right?
Why not?
Can you? We would really like that. So why don't you do a live track? So what's that track called? So I can make sure.
I'll do Can I Be Your J? Can I Be Your J is kind of like a pop record that I wrote about 2 years ago.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just pulling it up. While I'm pulling it up. All right. Do you live in Newark now?
I live in Orange.
Oh, you do. How do you like it?
I've been here since 2008.
This is where you've been?
Yeah, that's where I've been at. So I pretty much know almost everyone out there.
So where's the best place to eat Haitian food?
It's not in Orange.
It's in Orange?
It's not.
It's not. So
it's
where?
not. I usually get my favorite spot in Irvington.
Irvington.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Give up the information, yo. Yeah. I like Haitian food. What's the name of the place or where is it located?
What is it? Creole, I believe. Creole.
Okay, I'm going to be looking for that.
Yeah, Creole. I think it's on South Orange Ave.
Oh, I used to live right over there. Yeah. In Irvington?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a new spot. I think they just opened.
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
like for real. We had a guest on here, Emily Mans, and she was talking about she runs an organization called Have You Met My Newark or Have You Met Newark? And she told, did you remember that I asked her about the food? She told us about a place called the Redwood Cafe, soul food spot that I had never been to. Let me tell you something. I went there like as soon as it was open on the Thursday. I went and ate there. It was really good. I love discovering new food. All right, so Can I Be Your J? Let's get into it. We got Garcy in the building. Oh, snap.
Why not? I would like to stand up for that.
Yeah,
why not?
Of the stand.
Why not?
So you know it's real. You know it's real when the mic comes off the stand. All right, let's
Whenever
get
you're
into
ready,
it. Can I Be Your J?
Turn me up a little bit. Should be fine. It's Garcy the rookie. Hey. No, hey. 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 Hey.
say, hey, I saw you from a mile away. Ain't no Fetty Wap, please come my way. I just wanna see your face, oh, my beautiful queen. Why you look like Beyonce? In that case, now can I be you, Jay? Maybe we gonna have some twist. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, 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 now can I be your Jay? Hey, 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 now can I be your Jay? Hey, he's repertoire. Hey, I'm repertoire. I don't even know if I'm gonna succeed, but I might have to well go ahead again and try. I don't wanna be seen like a stalker. I just wanna get your number, maybe a couple days. Hey, since your body's so sexy, I would like to know what you gonna do for so poppy. I know you heard a lot. I know you heard a lot. I keep it humble, won't be cocky. Hey, okay now, mama, let me stop all the games. I just wanna make you smile before I sing. I don't know if I can really sing, but your body made me wanna sing like, hey, 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 now can I be your J? Hey, 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 now can I be your J? Maybe not. He's repertoire, right? They say go after what you want, even the things you like. I just wanna please you. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be the one you need to. I just wanna be the one who freaks you at night. They say the real men don't cry. Well, how you really do them things? Got me wondering them things. I just wanna do a couple of things to you like. I would like to know you better. I would like to make you wetter. Just like the day you left your umbrella and I'm right outside. Hey, I'm a ritual life. Hey, 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 nah, can I be your J? Hey, 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 nah, can I be your J? Try like, I'm gonna be try like, I'm gonna be try like, hey, nah, can I be your J? I'm gonna be try like, I'm gonna be try like, I'm gonna be try like, hey, nah, can I be your J? That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I like that. Can I be your Jay?
Why
I
not?
think Jay-Z and Beyonce have like really changed the game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, they have. Before them, it was like, well, I don't know.
I don't know. Who would you give that spot to before them?
I don't know. Anybody out in the audience have
Power
another
the power couple?
power couple that's a real life couple?
That's
We're not
pretty
talking
much
about a television
they're
couple.
known
That
internationally.
yeah, an internationally known black couple.
No.
Who? Will and Jada. Okay, Will and Jada.
Will and Jada.
Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. Yeah, they're a power couple. They're a power couple, but they're not as visible.
Yeah.
Yes, Ahmad and Felicia Rashad. Go ahead. Yes, that was great. I've forgotten about them, but yes, they are definitely. And I always think they're not like internet, but I always think of a power couple. What's his name? Angela Bassett. What's her husband's name? Vance.
Oh, if you can
Okay,
remember
yeah, I guess I just completely, yep, okay. Yeah, up until that point, it was only like the Huxtables and,
And that's kind of like why I chose that name of that particular couple.
Beautiful.
Because I know like people back home, people in Africa, anywhere in the world can pretty much
they
have
get
an
it.
idea of like, okay.
They know exactly who
All
you're
right, I'm
talking
not
about.
really trying to be Jay, but I'm trying to be her Jay.
Right, exactly. Oh, that's cute.
So
I like
nice.
it. Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Yeah.
Look at the love songs. I like the love songs. So can we bring the romance back? That's one of the reasons why I love my culture and I love Haitian culture, because in any culture that has partner dancing, because that's missing. Like we don't partner dance in the United States. We don't. We just grind.
Yeah.
You know, and
Girl,
that's
you look
cool.
good once you back that thing up.
Right.
That's it.
Right, exactly. And that's all good and everything,
It's good, but
there's something very genteel, very civilized about a man asking you to dance and having to actually take your hands and posture up and like
Dance,
lead you around the floor. I don't know. I think it's romantic. I think romance
think
is
so, too.
seriously missing from our culture. So thanks for bringing some of that back.
Thank
We
you.
like that and bringing it to the FORSA show. So I want you to answer this question. What's the one thing that you want people to know about you?
One thing.
If you had one thing that you want people to know about you, what would that be?
All right. A lot of people didn't know how long I've been making music for, because some of them think I'm just trying to do it to be cool now. Like, I'm not doing this for money. I'm pretty much doing this because I really love it and I want to do this for the rest of my life, type of thing. You know? That's pretty much it. I'm doing this for love. It's not really for money or fame or anything like that. Yeah. If that comes with it, okay, but that's not what I'm seeking for.
Beautiful. And that's how you actually win, because to me, music, art is, if you're not creating it from the heart, it just doesn't have the same frequency, you know?
You can't stay for long then.
Nah, you can't. Yeah. You might have a couple of hits.
If you're just chasing fame, you get tired of chasing.
Yeah, you know, if you're chasing something, that means it's running away from you, right?
If you keep chasing it,
I don't like
eventually
that.
run out of breath.
Exactly.
So if you don't have something to fill you up, like a real passion for it, you'll drop.
Exactly. So before you go, I want you to let everybody know where to find you, but I also want to play one of your other tracks before we let you leave. Yeah. What she really want. Oh boy. Okay, I can't wait to get into this one. Let's go, everybody. It's Garcy in the building. What she really want? What does she really want? We want everything. Yes. That's what we want.
Yes.
It all, right?
And y'all deserve everything.
Don't we want it all?
Right?
Okay, nobody is responding. Thanks, y'all.
Ladies, what do y'all want? Y'all want everything. There you go. Y'all deserve everything. Y'all deserve everything.
Thank you. Let's go.
Y'all deserve everything.
Trying to put my heart in a lot of this lyrics lately. But lately that shit been backfiring. Hey, that shit really that shit really what you really what you really want, what you really want, what you really want, what you really want. Hey, shawty, what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do tell me what you want. I got what you want. Got a spliffy, best a spliffy like the spliffy up. All my niggas clutch. We don't give a fuck. Yeah, you bragging about your bitch. We hit the bitch like mine. When we keep them nice, only one night. If she do the grind, no, she gotta do the time. My wrist is on blind. You can kill my vibe. I've been suicide and now I started living life. 20 bands, 20 bands. I've been working, need 100 grand for pocket change. I don't see them niggas change, and that's a shame. Niggas said I be the man, but quick to swing. I don't blame the what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do what you really want? What you really want? What you really want? What you really want? Do.
Right. Now, I'm feeling these tracks.
Thank you.
Very catchy, very catchy. You know, it's not every time that you hear something for the first time and you're like, yeah, I rock with that.
You can rock with that.
Yeah, rock with that. So it was like kind of blind. You sent me one track and I was like, oh yeah, he's dope. But I went on Charles's recommendation. So shout out to Charles because he
Shout
had
out
seen
to
you.
Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
The owner.
Charles
Hey,
just got
thank you, Charles.
married, so he's
that's why
not
he's
here.
not here.
Yeah, that's why he's
There
not
you
here.
go. That-
He'll be
that
here
explains it.
tomorrow, though. No, Friday for the masquerade party. So thank you so much for being on the show. It's been truly a pleasure to have you on and learn
Finally,
more
right?
about you.
Been
Yes,
talking about
exactly.
this. Thank you.
Finally, and you are here. Definitely have to come back. We'd love for you to be part of one of our
Definitely.
showcases. I think it'd be really dope. I love what you're doing. It's fresh. I
Thank
like that you're mixing things up with the
course.
languages
That's right.
and putting your heart into it. That seems to be the theme of the day today,
Yeah,
is
put
putting
your
your
heart.
heart into it. Between Aisha, Regine, and now you. We're hearing a lot about putting your heart into what you do.
Feels
Just-
better.
Yeah.
Feels a lot better.
Doesn't it? For everybody.
Yeah,
For
feels
you and
Anyway.
us.
And by the way, guys, What You Really Want videos is out right now. You guys can go to my YouTube page, Garcy, and you guys will find it there. You guys can follow me on Instagram at I am Garcy22. And you can follow my video guy right here, Film Mafia, as well, because for you as well.
Mafia, yes.
Mafia's
He's
in the
got
building.
Kit, man.
Yes,
He's
sir.
got the whole kit.
Yeah, I
I'm
got my whole
feeling
clique. Send the Richer, which is another artist.
What's up? How you doing? You gotta come back.
Yeah, yep.
You gotta
And
hear.
my manager, Christian, as well.
What's up,
right here.
manager? How you doing? Thank you for the whole team for being
Thank you,
here.
guys.
You let everybody know where to follow you. That was
Yep.
great. I didn't even have to ask you.
Yeah,
you ready?
I just
He's
want
ready.
it's like
Manager,
automatic.
you got a good one.
It's automatic.
I see.
It's automatic. I've been doing my homework.
That's good. I'm glad you
I've been
have.
watching the show.
Yeah, so definitely everybody go and follow Garcy. I am Garcy 22.
There you go.
Look out for the video, look out for new music, and definitely
Definitely.
hope to have you back on one of our FORSA showcases.
I'm
But thank
too
you
excited
so
for that.
much. I'll be playing your music on future shows.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yes, I love it. I really
Thank you.
do. I love it. And to me, there's nothing better than being able to support artists that you actually know and know that they're like dope people too. It's all about vibes,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
I mean,
am
there
big
could be
on-
very
I am
talented
big on
people.
vibe.
Yeah.
There's certain records I shut down because I didn't feel.
Yeah, you're not
comfortable.
feeling
Yeah.
it. Boom.
No.
There you go.
Vibe is big on us.
You got a good one, manager.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci. Thank you. How do you say?
Merci.
Do you say merci in Creole though?
You can say it two ways. Messi is pretty much the
Proper.
the Haitian
French,
way, the
yeah.
Creole way, Messi.
Yeah.
But if you put the R into it, it's merci, which is my French.
Ah,
Merci.
Merci. Beautiful. I'm learning French. I'm going back to Guadeloupe, so yeah. So I gotta like pick up my French a little bit, and then when I get there, I'm like, damn, everybody's speaking Creole.
That's very
and
true.
I'm speaking French, but it's all good. It's all about expanding your minds, right?
Definitely.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you guys
here.
for coming out. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
it was
Appreciate
truly
all
a
you guys.
pleasure. I want to say thank you again to our guest, Regine Jean-Louis. who
Louis,
is-
Madame Louis.
Yes, Madame Louis. And Aisha and Blueprint Cafe for having us. It's a celebration. This is our last show that we're doing here live from
Woo! I'm
Blueprint.
very
But
honored.
we will be back on November 17th with a live showcase. Hopefully,
Awesome.
we'll be able to record that and post that up as well. I'll be DJing here this Friday for the Masquerade Soiree. So check that out. Get your masquerade on, get your mask. What else is going on? There's so much going on. There were a lot of things I didn't talk about, but follow me on social media and you'll get all of the details, right? All of the story there. I'm Marcy Depina, MarcyDepina on all social media, but known here as DJ MD. Shout out to Bahid, who holds it down for me every single week. Thank you. I need to give you a yes,
All right, thank
everybody.
you, guys.
Clap it up one time for the sound engineer. Without the sound man, none of this is possible. So Bob's been holding
Sure.
me down for I think about at least 8 weeks, at least. Yeah, here. And 49 episodes as of today.
Jeez.
Yes. So we'll be back. I'm going to be on hiatus next week, and I'll be back on November the 6th, I believe, is our next show. Let me just take a look so I can tell you guys for real. Yep, November 6th, we'll be back in our new studio, and I'm going to have the Ghanaian artist Biku on the show. So tune in, everybody. We'll be back on Nork.fm. Shout out to all my Cape Verdeans all around the world. I love you guys. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, everybody, peace, love, and força.
Mi é cabo-verdiana, minha força de minha família, força de minha povo, mi é cabo-verdiana. Não foi usado modo propriedade no tempo de escravatura, mas nunca desisti de minha luta. Mi é cabo-verdiana. Durante o colonialismo foi tratado modo cidadão de segunda classe, mas nunca desisti de minha luta. Mi é cabo-verdiana. Imigração que destruim, imigração fazer mais forte, imigração fazer amar Cabo Verde ainda mais. Me é cabo-verdiana, cheio de honra, orgulho e ternura para a história, a cultura e a língua. Me nascer cabo-verdiana, me criar cabo-verdiana, e quando minha hora chegar para morrer, então morrer cabo-verdiana.
Waiting me to call me. Him no know waiting I do it make a mad over me. Fine girls them plenty, but he leave them and he chose me. Him say I see me, no other girl feet overthrow me. I no go do you corner. Nah, you my true lover. When I winter or summer, baby me no go fika. Me no go fika. For you I'm a no go area. No go area. Many toasters for my area. Many toasters for my area. But I don't give them pay. Love no they them pay. What? I'm taking. Oh no, I'm taking. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm taking. Baby, you good for me, the only one for me, yo. Eku, we go always agree, yo. If you say make a calm down. If you say make a fire up. If you say make a start to back like a bingo way just to jump up. I no go do you corner. Nah, you my true lover. When I winter or summer, baby me no go fika. Me no go fika. For you I'm a no go area. No go area. Many toasters for my area. But I don't give them pay. For you I'm a no go area. Love no they them pay. No go area. I'm taking. Oh no, I'm taking. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, my tomato just now waiting me to call me. Him no know waiting I do it make a mad over me. Fine girls them plenty, but he leave them and he chose me. Him say I see me, no other girl feet overthrow me. Yeah, me all a day. Oh, cool blonde, no. Be the beat, oh, that family. Swaps.
Bang bang, heavy, heavy, woman. Heavy. You're the one I want, oh. Before my liver start to fail, you're the one I need, oh. before cassava start to hate. And if I ever leave, oh, make what I carry me, they go far away, far away. So I am looking for the sister, Joma, my lover, oh. She got the dollar, she dey wear designer. So I am looking for the sister, Joma, my lover, oh. She got the dollar, she dey wear designer. So give me assurance, assurance. I give my baby assurance, I give my baby lifetime insurance, yeah. Assurance, oh no, assurance. I give my baby assurance, I give my baby lifetime insurance, yeah. Heavy, heavy, G. Bang, bang. Heavy, heavy, baby, do you want me? Heavy, heavy, oh. Heavy, heavy, baby, do you want me? Love is sweet, oh. When money enter, love is sweet. Pepe resto. So brother man go gas deliver. Call Anita, oh. Tell her make she come, they go far away. Far away. Me I know they do again. And I am looking for a sister. Joma, my lover, oh. She enter at night. She go cause disaster, oh. And I am looking for a sister. Joma, my lover, oh. She go follow go at night. Yeah, cause disaster, oh. Say give me assurance, assurance. I give my baby assurance, I give my baby lifetime insurance, yeah. Assurance, oh no, assurance. I give my baby assurance, I give my baby lifetime insurance, yeah. Heavy, heavy, G. Bang, bang. Heavy, heavy, baby, do you want me? Heavy, heavy, oh. Heavy, heavy, baby, do you want me? So I am looking for the sister, Joma, my lover, oh. She got the dollar, she dey wear designer. So I am looking for the sister, Joma, my lover, oh. She got the dollar, she dey wear designer. Say give me assurance, assurance. I give my baby assurance, I give my baby lifetime insurance, yeah. Assurance, oh no, assurance. I give my baby assurance, I give my baby lifetime insurance, yeah. So I am looking for the heavy, baby.